He decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the country, left all my friends.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to be looking at a video someone made where she was crying her eyes out because apparently after 7 years of a relationship, our partner decided to end it all, and she was crying and she was talking about how she moved from where she was to his place, left all that she knows to his place, and then he just all of a sudden decided to end the relationship. So she was just pouring out her heart on video, and some people had things to say about that. Actually, a lot of people had things to say about the story. So let's check out people's response to a situation, and then I will come back with my commentary.
He decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the country, left all my friends, my bands behind.
Let's talk about it, because I used to be her. Back in 2018, I moved down to Dallas to make a relationship work that I had been entertaining on and off for about 2 years long distance. This was a man that I thought I was absolutely in love with. You could not tell me nothing about my man. You couldn't tell me nothing about my relationship. You couldn't tell me that I wasn't going to marry this man, have all his babies, live in a big ass house with a white picket fence and a dog. I was delusional. And it didn't matter, because in that delusion, I was in my mind thinking he's going to see everything that I'm giving up, everything I'm sacrificing. He's going to recognize how bad I want this to work, and he's going to see how much I love him, and I'm going to get that in return, and we're going to live happily ever after. And guess what? It didn't work like that. It's a few reasons why it didn't work. Number one, when I moved down here, I wasn't established. I had a job, but I didn't have friends. I didn't have family. I never went out. I never did anything. If I ever hung out, it would be with him and his family or him and his friends. I didn't even have a life. I was extremely depressed. I wanted to go home so bad, but baby, I was holding on so tight to that relationship because I knew exactly what I wanted and everything that I had sacrificed, and there was no way I wasn't going to obtain it. But what I did not realize back then was I wasn't even happy. The reason I wasn't happy was because I didn't understand that I had completely lost myself. I had molded myself to become a woman that he would be in love with and that he would want to be with. I wasn't Jam anymore. Even my homegirls back home and my friends back home did not recognize who I was, because I had completely absorbed myself with pleasing him. When that relationship ended, that may have been some of the worst abandonment that I have ever felt in my life. And the reason why I have felt so abandoned now I know is because I did not have my own. And I had literally had to press reset on my life because my life had revolved around him. I'm not saying don't move your life for nobody, don't transition for nobody, but just make sure you're established. Oftentimes we feel as though when we're in a relationship and we're giving 100% and we're loving and pouring into that person, we automatically expect that in return. But see, life just does not work that way, unfortunately. Just because you are good to someone does not guarantee they're going to be good to you. It's a hard truth, but it's real. And the more I sit and think about that situation and talk about it out loud, it just makes me sick to my stomach to know that I allowed someone to take me up and down through it. But it's also making me realize how grateful I am to have experienced that, because now I know better. Had I had someone tell me the things that I'm sitting here telling y'all, then I probably would have made a different decision. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. Just make sure you don't give up yourself for someone that's not giving you what you know you absolutely deserve.
He decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the...
Looks like y'all need a married auntie to enter the chat. So here I is. Hear me clearly, single women. And if you don't have a ring, baby, you single. Y'all have got to stop making commitments to men based off of what they say when their actions are proving to you otherwise.
True.
Y'all out here playing the pre-wife Olympics and not winning no medals. And what's wild to me is that y'all going through all these wife tryouts and these men ain't going through nothing but you.
Hi.
This is no shade to that creator. This is simply a lesson that should not have taken 7 years and moving across the country. Now, your mama might not have taught you this, but I will. Ain't no man in the world gonna run his mouth for 7 years without no ring unless he fraudulent. And yes, I do have one of those stories where I met my husband, I had a ring on 6 months later, and I was walking down the aisle 18 months after that. But that is because of the standard that I set. This isn't about saying, well, I just want to make sure that you know what I want and I want to know if you want to wife. Nah, these men will lie to you. This is what you need to do. You need to make a list of every way this man invests into you. Men that make investments like returns on their money. So, how is he investing into you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially? And when I say physically, I'm not talking about the D. You make that list of every way that man makes you feel safe. You take it to God and you ask God if he is the one. Do you think that God is going to let you sit out here and be a girlfriend for 17 years to a man who's going to make you move across the country and then leave you? No, we did not hear. We did not seek properly. I'm telling you, there is nothing beneficial to being a long-term girlfriend. Y'all better make it clear in your language, your verbal language, your body language. You better make it clear in your actions that you can stand on your own until the right man comes to take you further in life. Y'all got to stop falling for this. It's too much Google, too much TikTok, and too many of us who have lived enough of life to tell you we're not shocked that that man left you after you moved, sis. And we, as much as I hate it for you, there are signs all the time. And so y'all rally around your sisters. Don't let them fall for this okie doke, because it is going to always end in heartbreak. I love y'all. Remember, you rich already, but you got to move like it. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.
3,000 miles across the country for this person. And so he waits until...
I don't know this person. I just randomly saw her video. Ooh. I felt so bad, and I still feel so bad. So what lesson are we learning from this video? Hindi ko siya natapos, but parang sobrang na-stress ako. Oh my God. This is why I keep on telling everyone, stop making men the center of your world. There's nothing wrong to love someone, wanting to be with them, but if it comes with the cost of you losing yourself, losing your life, not having a life, just completely depending on a man to give you an identity. Ooh. What if this person fails you in the middle of this life journey? What are you gonna do? Imagine those 7 years being with someone and just disregarding yourself, not having a career, not having anything, savings, not having any power as a woman, as a person. I just cannot imagine. So this is why I keep on telling everyone, stop making men the center of your world. Be the center of your own world. As simple as that.
Moved across the country, left all my friends, my bands behind to support his ass.
Okay, no, but can we talk about this one, y'all? Because I don't know what woman needs to hear this, but I feel called to say it. Sis, the love and the commitment that you're wanting to receive from somebody else is not defined by how much you sacrifice of yourself in pursuit of what you want to receive. For a lot of us, we have learned through watching other women in our lives, we have learned that the best way for a woman to both receive and give romantic love is through significant self-sacrifice. In reality, significant self-sacrifice is not a healthy down payment for any commitment or love you're looking for. Trust me, you do not want for the reason why someone chose to commit to you to be primarily because of how much you've sacrificed and given up for them. Because your value is in who you are and not what you do for them. So be with somebody who loves you because of how your nose crinkles when you laugh, not because you stop fulfilling your life plan and goals for them.
Country, left all my friends, my bands behind us.
Condolences to the creator and glory to God for the fact that this happened to her as a girlfriend and not as a wife. This is why when I see women dropping their whole world for a man moving across the world and it doesn't work out, and then they look for community and can't find it because they dropped their community to go and support a man who never left his community, by the way, in the name of being in a relationship with you, it's always very funny to me. And I'm not trying to make women feel bad, but at the same time, there are certain decisions that are just silly. If you are a boyfriend and in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, you're single until married, and there's certain sacrifices that you don't need to be doing prematurely. Stop making premature sacrifices. According to the IRS, according to the U.S. government, if you are not married, you're not in a relationship, you are single. You are single. So don't try and do things. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get too excited. And this is why women need to stop being too excited about relationships, because you get over your heads and try and do a lot of things to make it work because you're that excited. Notice how the sacrifice is never mutual in the boyfriend-girlfriend stage, or even in most relationship stages. Men are not dropping their whole world for a woman. I don't care how bad you are. I don't care how good you look. I don't care. No man does that. We should be taking notes, ladies, because at the end of the day, men love themselves outside of a relationship. I don't know if I can fully say that about women, and we need to work there. And I know we can talk about societal norms, pressures, and expectations, but at the end of the day, when you make that bad decision, it's you. You can't blame people. It's you. You decided. So let's work on making better decisions, okay? There is no scarcity mentality we're operating under. If a relationship doesn't work out, by the grace of God, there'll be another one. Stop holding on to men as if that one is your one and all. You don't even hold on to Christ that strongly, yet you'll hold on that strongly to a man who has disappointed you and our Lord and Savior has never failed. If you do things like that, you can't be surprised when your life is looking funny. I'm so sorry. I'm going to say it. When you have your priorities messed up and you get bad outcomes, you got to look at yourself. You're the common denominator.
I agree.
Ladies, relationships are good. But if it's going to make you make dumb decisions, it's suspicious. It's very suspicious.
3,000 miles across the country for this person. And so he waits until...
So I seen the original video last night and I was just like, oh, girl, facepalm. And absolutely no hate to the original creator. I feel bad for her situation because that sucks. And absolutely no hate to the person that did the response video because great points. And, you know, I agree. But my thing is, there's a lot of people saying, you know, this is why, you know, you don't do stuff on a girlfriend budget, which I totally agree because I've been there and it did not go well for me. I ended up with a lot of headaches and a lot of trauma and I was like, never again. And there's a lot of people saying that, you know, hey, you know, this way you gotta wait till you got a ring on your finger until you're married to do all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know. Like, have we not been seeing all these videos of these married women that, you know, are dealing with the weaponized incompetence? Have we not seen the videos of the married women with kids that are pretty much raising their kids alone? You know what I mean? And they're really like struggling because their husbands just stopped giving a fuck. So I don't know, man, whether you're in a relationship or you are like married with a ring on your finger, if they're gonna do you dirty, they're gonna do you dirty regardless. The only difference is that, you know, when you're married and you get divorced and you guys can, you know, figure out stuff with your finances and your house and stuff like that. Like, you know, there's some security with it. And well, if you're in a relationship and you get played, then you know, you got no choice but to pick up your shit and dip. Well, yeah, honestly, like whether you're in a relationship, single, you're about to get married, or you're married, you gotta make sure that your finances are set and locked down. Because if you get played or some shit like this happens, you're good.
Decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years until I moved across the fucking country.
I keep telling y'all this, but y'all don't want to listen. It's like you would rather learn the hard way as opposed to using your discernment and intuition to get yourself out of situations like this. Another thing I want to add to, this is exactly what it looks like when you center your life around a man. You are putting your social life on hold, your family on hold, your career on hold, basically any aspirations that you have to center your life around what your man wants without getting any benefits out of it. Are you mad? Are you not embarrassed? And look, no hate to this creator, but girl, come on, stand up. And if there's one thing I know about men since I've decentered them, they're not stupid. They just pretend to be, to see how much you can put up with. And when you give up everything, that is the moment that you've lost. You've lost your identity, you've lost your power, you've lost your entire sanity as a woman. And I know that's really harsh to say, but at this point, we are in a crisis. And look, y'all need some tough love for real, because there's no other way that I can put this. If you have to constantly prove yourself to a man, whether it's proving that you're a ride or die, you're hella loyal, you can put up with anything, okay? You automatically lose. Because you're showing him how much you can put up with. And when you show a guy how much you can put up with, around and find out. And that's exactly what happened to this young lady. A man that truly loves you, values you, and respects you would never in a million years put you in a situation like this where you are losing yourself. And look, I've taken a lot of L's in my personal life, but I think the biggest L that a woman could ever take in her life is when she loses herself. If you want to be a long-term girlfriend, then fine, go ahead, follow her lead. And I'm sure she paid 50-50 in that relationship as well, but that's none of my business. And just know that nothing good comes out of situations like this.
Moved 3,000 miles across the country for this person. And so he waits until just after our 7-year anniversary to, first of all, abandon me. We left all my friends, my bands behind.
This is why I believe that you have to stop centering men in your life. Stop making all of these wife-like sacrifices for boyfriends. It's different if, you guys are a couple and you guys together as a family decided to move, but you're doing all this, you're chasing a boyfriend 3,000 miles away, you're going to the school that he's going to, you're giving up jobs and careers and opportunities that you could benefit from for him. Like some men will always have you in sacrifice mode. She was willing to give up her family and friends and do all of this for him. And what was he able to do? And some men will wait until you've given it all up for them. That's when they want to leave. Because I know whatever issue he had with her, he had that issue years ago back wherever they were. But he allowed her to move 3,000 miles. And that's when he decided to show out. I think so many women do this because you're trying to show him that you could be a ride or die. You're trying to show him that you could be loyal. You're auditioning. This is what I'm saying. You are auditioning. She's mad because 7 years of auditioning, 7 years of proving herself, 7 years of showing him that she will do anything for him. It still wasn't good enough. That's what she's really mad about. That she gave it all up for him. That's why you cannot lose yourself in a relationship. And a man that truly loves you will never allow you to let you give up that much for them. What has he given up? As long as you're in sacrifice mode, a man is not going to stop you. This is why you don't embrace the long-term girlfriend life if you know you want to be a wife. He'll let you waste as much time as you're willing to waste. Stop auditioning for these men by showing them how much you'll lose yourself in them, how much you'll give to them, how much you'll sacrifice to them, because all they're ever going to do is let you.
Okay, so one key takeaway that I got from all the creators were never allow yourself to lose yourself. Never center yourself. Never center yourself around the man. First of all, I'm going to say that the 7 years relationship, the moving to where he is not necessarily a bad thing, because people have actually had long-term relationships and they've also moved to some places, moved to where the husband or their partner was, and they eventually got married and they are happy. Because I recently saw a reel of someone that they were dating in high school. They broke up because they were going to do different schools. When they finished school, went to visit him in his state, and then they now decided to get back together, and then she decided to move to his place, and they're married and they have a kid, and they look all nice and great and lovely and loving on, at least from their videos. So it works for some people, but the thing is, I feel like if you're going to move for someone, don't necessarily make it all about that person. Or if you're going to move to be closer to someone, don't let it all be about the relationship. If you're going to move, at least maybe you have a job there, or there's a possibility that you will get a great job, or you've already done your research and everything. Don't move to go and stay in somebody's house. For what? When you're not married. Even when you're married, you still have to look for something to do. So that is why I think a lot of them are against the whole don't do wifey duties until you are married. And it actually is true for a lot of people. They do the wifey duties, before you know it, the person says, oh, nothing, I think we should take a break, blah, 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 blah. Next thing, they are married to somebody else. Another thing with the creator, the girl that was in a mess, that was crying, I feel like she would have noticed some things that are wrong, but she didn't have the discernment to say, oh, this is not working, or either the strength to say, let me back out. But then again, like they said, some people are auditioning. That statement, that thing was just, it just hit me like auditioning, because I know some of the stupid things that I've done, and it looked like, honestly, if I look at it, it looked like I was auditioning. Like I would take some things that should be red flags, but because I was auditioning, yeah, to be the perfect, or to be the perfect girlfriend or partner, because like if you watch some of my videos, I keep on saying that my self-esteem when I was younger was terrible. Now there are some things that you come near me, I'm like, waka, I open the door and tell you, go, because I'm not in the mood for rubbish at this point in time. I'm not in the mood for rubbish. Another thing they mentioned is losing yourself, and it's true. Personally, I think when I look back at some of the things I did not feel comfortable doing it. But like I said, I was auditioning, and I felt like I was not really myself. Now I don't need any stress. I want to be myself. I don't want to lose myself. You don't have to lose yourself. You can still be yourself, because at the end of the day, when they saw you by yourself, the person saw you when you are yourself and liked you when you are self. But then this whole thing of people want to control people is just a mess. But any which way, like someone said, thank God she found out, or thank God they broke up when they were just dating and not married. Because some people will say a broken engagement is so much better than a broken marriage. So in all, I feel like all the creators were saying the same thing, and I agree with what they were saying. Thou shalt not lose yourself in a relationship. You should still be yourself, and also be nice to your partner. Then let me now leave the woman in this case. Some men are crazy. What was that man did? After 7 years, after she moved, it is that meanness that some people have. It's just like, why? What is making you to be that mean? I don't get it. That some guys are just something else. That person, that partner needs to be scolded. Not only her, it needs to be scolded. If you did not like the person per se like that, why would you allow her to move across the country and leave all that she knows and then say it's not working? What kind of wicked human being was that? Any which way, I hope this video will help someone, because sometimes even if you're in that situation, you still think your own case might be different. It happens. So even if you watch various videos like this that are warning you, if you don't have that discernment, if you don't have that strength, because sometimes it's God that will give you that strength, it's God that will scatter some things, because I know some of the things that happened to me. If God did not say, here is enough, move, I would not have moved from some things and be collecting some nonsense and probably end up like that first creator. But you just have to, I would say, pray for discernment and pray for strength, and pray that anything that is going to waste your time, God should remove it. It's just personal opinion. If you have any contrary opinion to this issue, please leave your comments in the comment section. Do you agree with what some of the creators were saying? Do you think that she actually saw the red flags, but she was auditioning like the last creator said? Do you think there's some things that we notice in a relationship that is not moving, but because we feel like we can be different, we continue to do things differently. I would love to read what you think about it, so please leave your comments in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with what I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.